Today we are in the National Assembly. What is certain is that tomorrow we will not be here, but this institution will be here. I believe that in all our conversation earlier, we emphasized the need to leave this business in the affairs of competent, qualified people. That means we are trying to divorce the system from politics as much as possible. Now, when this has gone through all the relevant agencies, manned by people who are competent as provided for under the law, with profound respect, I do not think that the fact that National Assembly has oversight responsibility, that we should now become an approving authority. Let me finish. Therefore, I agree absolutely with the sentiment expressed by Senator Dakwambo. I think that what should give us comfort is the fact that, stated or not, anything done by anyone spending or appropriating public funds, this National Assembly has a natural oversight responsibility. That does not mean we should be consulted first before certain things are done, so that we avoid delays such that may turn out to hurt all of us. So that's why I think that Dakwabo, given his background, is being a Secretary General of the Federation, and he understands the issues, and in all of this, time is of the essence. Whatever I delay today will become damaging to its books. I don't see why
Distinguished colleagues, on the same item A, mine is on the percentage. 1% is the most acceptable and implementable or implemented. Excuse me, I have the floor. Would you listen to me to the end? Jimo Ibrahim, this is not capital market. Shut up and behave.
I know.
I apologize.
Senator,
I apologize, but behave yourself.
Senator Jimo Ibrahim. Distinguished Senator Jimo Ibrahim. Even the use of the language, Warada knows that he was about to face punishment. So I'm sure he's going to apologize.
I apologize.
Warada.
I sincerely do.
No, withdraw the language and then apologize.
I said I apologize.
No, I didn't say what you said. I said withdraw.
It is withdrawn, but next time don't interfere that way.
Okay. So
it is
withdrawal and apology hereby accepted.
Okay, what I was saying, Mr. President, is that 1% is the international accepted.
No, sorry, we are not redrafting the bill. We are doing clause by clause constitution. So listen to this. What is recommended by all is that 3% of the total revenue collected by the service, which we have now corrected to shall, which shall be appropriated by the National Assembly, because here what they had was may. In other words, they can spend the 3% without appropriation. But we are now saying shall. Shall is compulsory. Which shall be appropriated by the National Assembly, subject to the review of the percentage from time to time, depending on the economic situation or as the economic situation requires.
I understand that. What I'm saying is ours should be
and note, what is currently being collected is 4%. So they say
But oil is inclusive here. Since oil is inclusive, that's why I am saying ours being transitional for now should be 2%. 2% instead of...
Okay. Though you are, this Senator Wadada. This is Senator Wadada. Look at your order paper. Your standing, Senate standing orders. 2023 as amended. Open to order 84-2. No, use your microphone.
84.2 says no amendment shall be moved which is inconsistent with any already agreed upon or any decision already come to by the committee, and the chairman may at any time during the discussion of a proposed amendment withdraw it from the consideration of the committee if in his opinion the discussion shall have shown that the amendment violates the provisions of this rule. So then we must...
So what it means is that the committee had agreed...
We are talking about that. I don't quite understand why we have to, in a law, stipulate what a local government should do with the monies that they get. I thought that once we legislate the broad terms of distribution of VAT, that is okay for us. Not to go down to determine what they do and where how do they apply it based on what we are creating confusion. That's my worry. So we need to understand it properly. If there is sufficient basis that will not create crisis,
no,
we can. But I think as it is, it will create a lot of crisis.
Your observation is noted, but it's a federal tax. All we are talking about is that it shall be distributed up to the local government level. In fact, if we had our way, we would have said it should be distributed up to every household in Nigeria. That is why this distribution is listed. It has nothing to do with you don't just you don't give money to a local government that is VAT from federal government without telling them what to do with it. Otherwise, they can use it for training and retraining of their staff without using it for development. That is why this distribution is important. So the objection is noted, but rejected.
Before we, fundamental, on page 85, last paragraph, for the purpose of distributing VAT revenue among the states, place of consumption means the location of the consumer at the point of supply, no off.
At the point?
No, just off, of supply. At the point of supply,
typo.
OF. Just that.
Noted.
Please, thank you.
The clerk.
And VAT is a consumption tax.
You're right.
And it is based on consumption.
So
whatever we are doing, so it should be based on consumption.
Move a motion to change it from supply to consumption.
Yes.
Huh?
We want to a little bit draw caution before we go ahead and consider the position of my brother. And I want you to analyze what they want. Because the basis of sharing this VAT, this thing, which is one of the major issues of this bill, this is where we are. If it's at the point of consumption, okay, no problem.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, we have defined what VAT is. We said VAT is a consumption tax. And we all agreed that VAT will be shared based on consumption. So I want to move a motion here because it's something that the even Forum of Governors agreed on this. I want to move a motion for the purposes of distributing VAT revenue among the states. Place of consumption means the location of the consumer at the point of consumption and not supply. Yeah, that is what is in the interpretation.
Cons, the motion that has been so ably moved by my able chairman. I
Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we change it from point of supply to point of consumption.
Constitution that has because that inherent status in our hierarchy of laws. This is a legislation like any other legislation. That it is a taxation bill does not mean we should elevate it to enjoy the same status of a constitution, of the ground norm. So I'm not convinced that this section 147 adds anything useful even to the bill, because whether it is there or not, if there is a challenge, the courts will do their work. So I humbly move that we, with all due respect, expunge it in its totality. I so move.